I pressed right there and there was nothing. So I was like, there's a chance it worked. Yeah.
Well, new hope tonight for a Eugene veteran who's been fighting the VA for years to pay for a life-saving surgery. KEZI 9 News first introduced you to Brandon Donovan last December. He has since had that surgery to fix a rare cardiovascular disorder.
In tonight's special report, Life on Hold, KEZI 9 News anchor Brian Anderson shows us how the surgery went and the new challenges that he is facing.
It's been roughly 7 months since we first spoke with Brandon. He was down close to 100 pounds and continuing to lose weight and the will to fight the VA to pay for his surgery. Now, since having that surgery, he is gaining weight and gaining his life back.
It's on there.
A year without his wedding ring.
Because it would literally fall off.
Brandon Donovan lost too much weight. Now, nearly 5 months after surgery, it's a sign of his recovery.
I'm able to put my ring on like it stays, so like that's just like a small thing. Yeah, like it's coming back.
He's gained around 15 pounds back, happier and healthier than when he first sat down with KEZI 9 News in December.
How the pain is like swallowing cement and it's hardening in your stomach.
Pain he began suffering from in 2009. He had a rare condition called MALS, celiac artery compression syndrome. As we first reported, Brandon and his wife Jennifer started digging through his VA medical notes, finding the first suspicion of this rare condition in 2014. 4 years later, MALS suspicion came up again. Last October, a physician with Oregon Health and Science University recommended MALS treatment with a specialist in Connecticut. The VA denied the treatment request, not their first denial, according to the couple.
And I find out all these years later that he's been suffering when it could have been looked into back then. Like, my mouth dropped when I saw that. Like, I was livid.
They eventually reached out to Senator Ron Wyden's office for help.
The whole family was stressed out. Like, this got like bigger and louder than we anticipated.
After KEZI 9 News also reached out to the Roseburg VA, Brandon's surgery was approved. He went under the knife in Connecticut February 27th.
The first thing I did after waking up in a foggy haze was press right up top. It's like at the very tip of that incision, because that's where the nausea, like I could press right there and be like uncomfortable.
But this time, a moment of hope.
I pressed right there and there was nothing. So I was like, there's a chance it worked. Yeah.
He ate that same day without the crippling pain that's consumed him since 2009.
10 years of negative reinforcement, undoing that, essentially. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal, but it is.
A big deal, mentally and physically.
Like, I still don't get the signal that I'm hungry or remember to eat.
So he sets a number of alarms on his phone every day, reminding him to eat 7 to 10 times a day. Slowly, he's making progress.
Stopped losing hair, stopped getting like cracks in the side of my mouth, my eyes don't gunk up. I have a little bit more energy.
Something I've noticed too is like you're smiling more. It may not be something you realize.
Yeah.
But compared to our first interview, I would say there's much more reason to smile, right? Like,
yeah. Well, I'm not under as much stress and there's no like staring into the void of like, do I have to live with this forever? Like, and I don't know how that would have happened.
A life on hold, no longer. Brandon looks forward to when he'll feel fully recovered. He says that takes about a year, and when that time comes.
Once we get healthy again, we'll try for kid number 2, but until that time, it's one day at a time.
Brandon says travel expenses for his surgery cost them thousands of dollars, and he says the VA agreed to reimburse them some of that money, but he tells us that hasn't happened yet. KEZI 9 News reached out to the VA for comment. They tell me they are researching my questions. Brian Anderson, KEZI 9 News.